So many of you guys probably know that Deadlock's barrier mesh is mostly used to block off choke points, right? So people can't get in. But what if I told you instead of using them to block off choke points, use them to trap people and kill them? This is something I call the bony wall. And basically what happens is you throw the wall and they are trapped inside it. It can't get out, which basically means that you can throw a molly or you can just push them to kill them. So let's get straight into the lineups and where to use them. So we're going to start with the maps going in alphabetical orders. We're going to start at Ascent. So for the first lineup, I want you to line yourself up with this line here. And then I want you to aim for the middle of this little curve on the window here on Ascent B main. What this wall will do is that it will block off anybody from going back. Which means that if you have a Sova or somebody with an Odin, you can then just spray through B main. And they will not be able to go back into cover. They will basically just die. It's like a trap play. This second wall is for destroying rats. So if you see somebody camping A short with a shotgun on the left side, what you can do is you can go here on A main, jump up onto this wall. Then after that, go in the middle of this little wall thing here. And then I want you to aim for, you see this little sticking out part here on the sky? Just aim for that. It's very simple. There's a lot of room for error here, so you can miss by a little bit. Then what's going to happen is now they're trapped inside here, which means that you can throw a molly or you can push if you want to. And if they jump over the wall like this, they're still stuck. So they can't really do anything. For the third wall, this one is going to trap anybody who's playing back gen on A side. So same thing here, kind of. You jump up onto this wall. But here you also need to run throw. And in the middle of this wall. Then I want you to aim for the little part of brick here who's like standing out. Then all you have to do, jump throw that. It doesn't have to be accurate. And what's going to happen is now there's trapped back gen. Which means that you can pretty much just push it. They can't get out. Which gives you a free guaranteed kill basically. For the second to last wall, this will trap the planter who's planting default on A side. Yes, trap the planter, which is going to be insane. So what you want to do is you want to get into this corner here, stand in the middle of this little like rebar thing here, aim between these two like yellow points here on the rebar. Then you go up until you see like the sky that's sticking out a little bit. Aim like in the middle so that you go up until you hit that part and then just throw the wall. What's going to happen is now that guy is stuck on the default plant spot and he cannot get out. So you basically just get a free kill. Very nice. Now over to B side. If you want to trap the default planter B side, I got you. So what you want to do is you want to go CT. Then you want to stand in the little like corner here on the wall. Doesn't have to be perfectly exact. Just like get it perfect as possible. Then you see this little fence thing here. Aim for the bottom of this broken fence here. Then run and then jump throw. What's going to happen now is that guy's going to be trapped default. So you can pretty much just throw a molly and that guy will be dead. That's a free kill on the planter. Very nice. Now, over to bind. If you want to trap someone in this rat corner where people always camp, I got you. What you want to do, get into close to elbow here. Then aim for this little line on the ground here. Then after that, I want you to aim for this little window here. And then aim for this little gray line. It doesn't have to be perfectly exact. Just make sure that it's in the middle of the line here. Then throw that shit and he's trapped. CC's that now. If you have a nade, if you have a molly, anything, he's dead. Nice. Now for the next lineup, this one is going to cover the default plant on B side. Yes. I'm not finished with the default plants. Don't worry. Same thing here. Go to elbow. Then I want you to aim for this little line here. A little bit under it as well. Doesn't have to be perfectly exact. Then you throw it. And what's going to happen is that this little wall here will cover the planter. So now he can't get out. He can't even jump out either, which is going to be nice. Now for the next plant, we're going over to A side. This is going to cover basically all of default plant. So what you want to do is you want to get into this little line here in the tiles. Very poggers. Then I want you to aim in between these two bolts here. You can see it on the UI. The HUD line here. Aim in between these two bolts. Then go a little bit further out until you're like at that line of the light pole. Then throw it. And then that's going to cover all of default plant side. And what's nice with this one as well is that even if they break the one, they're still going to be trapped, which is very nice. On Fracture, there isn't any default wall trap that I found on A side. However, you can use this one, which means that they can only be forced to go to one side. For this, you need to have main smoked off as well, though. Otherwise, you're probably going to get shot in the head. So what you want to do is you want to get in this corner, then aim for the middle of this box here, then go up until you reach that little point here on the orange part sticking up, like the orange like little plating thing. Then throw your wall, and now they can pretty much only escape to the left side. So if you have like a breach aftershock or anything, they're forced to go to the right side, which basically means that you get a free kill. Or for B default plant, there is actually a trap lineup, but you have to get control of generator. So what you want to do is you want to get into this corner here. Then I want you to aim for this, like the middle of this building here. Go up until you hit like the middle of this leaf here. Then all you have to do is throw it. It doesn't have to be perfectly exact, by the way. And then that's basically going to trap the default planter. He cannot get out unless he destroys one of those two. Now, if you want to trap a little guy who's holding like the rat place in the corner on the B side, Get into this corner again. Aim for this little like almost like bone looking thing on the edge of it, like the left side. Then go up until you hit the building. Throw it. And then he is gonna be trapped. Very nice. Now, for Seaside on Haven, there is one trap lineup, but it's really hard to hit. So you gotta practice this a lot in custom games. I probably used like 3 hours yesterday just trying to go over it. So you want to get into the middle of this little power holder thing here. Then I want you to aim for the right antenna thing. Then go up until you reach the second flagpole. Then I want you to run jump throw. Then what's gonna happen is it's gonna bounce off this and it's gonna land here on default. So he's trapped. However, this one is very hard to hit though, so you have to be very accurate with this one. If you go over to A side default plant, you can actually trap almost all of the box here. So what you want to do is you want to get on top of this box here, and you want to go just on the edge of it, like this. Then you want to aim for the little wood plank here at the right edge of it. Then you want to go up until you reach the building here, the edge of the building here. Then all you have to do is throw it, and it's going to trap all of default here on the A side. Very nice. Now, this one isn't necessarily one for the defense, but this one is more for attacking. This is going to both block off garage, and it's going to trap a guy holding a rat corner close to garage. Let me show you guys. Aim for the line here in the ground. Then I want you to aim for the middle of this little stone thing here sticking up. Then all you have to do is jump throw. And what's going to happen is it's going to both block off garage, and it's going to block off the little rat corner where people love to stand with a shotgun, for example. If you want to block off short on A side, it's very simple. All you have to do is do the same thing, get into this box at the corner. Then I want you to aim for this plank instead here. And then all you have to do is go up until you meet the building here. And then all you have to do is simply throw it. And now short will be blocked off. Very nice. Now, if you want to do it on long, it's a little bit harder. Get into the same box. You have 3 lines for the same box. Very nice. And then all you have to do is aim for this plank again, which was used to trap default. Go up to the building. Then now you need to run jump throw. If you run jump throw, it's going to block off long here. As you can see, now they can't get out. Very nice. Now, moving over to Lotus, I did not find a trap spot for A default because of the way the wall works. It always goes perpendicular, which means it goes 90 degrees from each other, which means it's really hard to find a perfect lineup for this. One lineup you can do that is really aggressive is you can just simply run throw here at the start of the round, and then you get either a race to throw a grenade or a breach to throw an aftershock, which means now they're trapped and they have to either evacuate back so you guys get A main control, or they get killed by the race nade or aftershock. Now, for Seaside, we do actually have a trap lineup on default. So get into this little line here. Then I want you to go up until you're at the left part of this little column. Then all you have to do is jump throw. And then let it land, and boom. Now they're going to be trapped at default. What you can do now is, since you know that the default wall is wall bangable, you can basically just spam with an Odin and they can't get out. Now, moving over to Pearl, if you get into this corner here on Secret, then aim for this little divot in the wall here. Then I want you to count 1, 2, and 3 lines on the little dome thing here. Go to where you're perpendicular with the dome and the divot. Then all you have to do is jump throw. And then this is going to trap default on A, pretty much. And what's cool is that sometimes you can destroy the little wall here with the spike. But for some reason, it doesn't get destroyed here when you plant. If you go over to B side, there isn't really like a trap play you can do on the default like long plant spot. However, what you can do is you can force the enemy to have to push into you in order to get out. So what you want to do is you want to crouch. And you want to aim for the top of this like little roof thing here. Throw it. And what's going to happen now is that all of backside hall is going to get blocked off, which means that they can only push into you or destroy the wall back hall. Now, lastly, you can actually trap people gen. If they plant gen, what you want to do is you want to get onto this box here. Then you want to go to the bottom right edge of it like this. Then you want to aim for this like little line thing here in the roof. Go up until you meet the second row of the dome. Then run jump throw. And then what's going to happen is now all of gen is going to be blocked off. So you can pretty much just try to push the guy gen and he should be dead. Now, for split as well, there isn't like any lineup for B side for default plan. However, what you can do instead is you can make it really hard for them to defend the spike. So what you want to do is you want to line up with this little line here. And you want to aim for the dome here, like the middle like red part here, the little circle. Throw it. And what's going to happen now is the A main is going to be blocked off. So if they plant default, they have to destroy the whole thing in order to push onto the plant spot. Now, lastly, if you want to trap people flower pot and block off people A main on split A side, here's what you can do. Get into the corner of this little carpet thing here. Then you can aim for, you see this little like light pole here, aim for the edge of it, then go down until you meet the fencing here. Then throw the wall. And what's going to happen now is that you have pretty much just blocked off A main and you have trapped the person who's holding flower. Very nice. So that is every lineup I have for you guys today. Make sure to try to abuse these bony walls, aka chap walls. I want to call them bony walls. Hopefully you guys can help me with that. But yeah, this is a really good wall if you want to play a little bit more aggressively and a little bit more annoying if you want to trap people in. It's always fun to play with your food, right? Exactly. Have a nice day, brothers. Remember to subscribe. Thank you.